nothing happened.
You didn't smash the car, did you?
I told you nothing happened. Did you hear me?
Don't you feel well?
I'm tired to the death. I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it.
Where were you all day? You look terrible.
I got as far as a little above Yonkers. Stopped for some coffee. Maybe it was the coffee.
What?
I suddenly couldn't drive anymore. The car kept going off on the shoulder, you know?
Oh, maybe it's the steering again. I don't think Angela knows the steering anchor.
No, it's me. It's me. Suddenly I'm going 60 miles an hour. I can't remember driving the last 5 minutes. Can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Your mind is overactive, dear.
I'll start out in the morning. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning.
Take an aspirin. Should I get you an aspirin? It'll soothe you.
I was driving along, you understand. I was fine. I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me looking at scenery on the road every week of my life, but it was so beautiful up there, Linda. The trees were so thick. The sun was warm. I opened up the windshield, just let the warm air bathe over me. Next thing you know, I'm going off the side of the road. I'm telling you, I absolutely forgot I was driving. If I'd gone the other way over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again. 5 minutes later, I'm dreaming again, and I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, dear, talk to them again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm the New England man. I'm vital in New England.
But you're 60 years old. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
I have to send a wire to Portland. I'm supposed to see Brown and Morrison tomorrow at 10 o'clock to show the line. God damn it, I could sell that.
Why don't you go down tomorrow and tell Howard you've simply got to work in New York? You're too accommodating, dear.
If old Frank Wagner had still been alive, I'd have been in charge in New York by now. That man was a prince. He was a masterful man. But that boy of his, that Howard, he don't appreciate it. When I went north for the first time, the Wagner Company didn't know where New England was.
Why don't you tell those things to Howard, dear?
I will. I certainly will. There any cheese?
I'll make you a sandwich.
No, you go to bed. I'll be right up. The boys in?
They're sleeping. Happy took Biff on a date tonight.
That's so.
It was so nice to see them shaving together, one behind the other in the bathroom, and going out together. You notice? The whole house smells of shaving lotion.
Figure it out. You work a lifetime to pay off a house. You finally own it, and there's no one to live in it.
Well, dear, life is a casting off. It's always that way.
Some people accomplish something. Did he say anything, Biff, after I left this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, Willie, especially after he just got off the train. You mustn't lose your temper with him.
Why the hell did I lose my temper? I suddenly asked him if he was making any money. Is that a criticism?
But dear, how could he make any
Such
money?
an undercurrent under him. He's become a moody man. Did he apologize after I left this morning?
He was crestfallen, Willie. You know how he admires you. I think if he finds himself, you'll both be happy and not fight anymore.
How could he find himself on a farm? Is that a life of farmhand? In the beginning, when he was young, I figured, well, young man, it's good for him to tramp around, take a lot of different jobs. But it's been more than 10 years, he has yet to make $35 a week.
He's finding himself, Willie.
Not finding yourself at age 32 is a disgrace. Trouble is, he's lazy, goddamn. Biff is a lazy bum.
He's sleeping. Get something to eat.
What brought him home? I would like to know what brought him home.
I don't know. I think he's still lost, Willie. I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost. In the greatest country in the world, a young man with such personal attractiveness gets lost. And such a hard worker. It's one thing about Biff, he's not lazy.
Never.
I'll see him in the morning. I'll have a nice talk with him. I gave him a job selling. He could be big in no time. You remember the way they used to follow him around in high school? And he smiled at one of them, their faces lit up. The way he walked down the street.
Willie, dear, I got a new kind of American-type cheese today. It's whipped.
Why do you get American when I like Swiss?
I just thought you'd like a change.
I don't want to change. I want Swiss cheese. Why am I always being contradicted?
I thought it would be a surprise.
I don't have a window here, for God's sake.
They're all open, dear.
The way they boxed us in here. Bricks and windows. Windows and bricks.
We should have bought the land next
Streets
door.
lined with cars. Can't get a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. Grass don't grow anymore. Can't raise a carrot in the backyard. They should have had a law against apartment houses. Remember those beautiful elm trees we had out there? Biff and I hung the swing between them that time.
Yeah, like being a million miles from the city.
They should have arrested the builder for cutting those down. They massacred the neighborhood. More and more I think of those days, Linda. This time of year, it was lilac and wisteria. The peonies would come out, daffodils. What fragrance.
Well, after all, people had to move somewhere.
There's more people now.
I don't think there's more people.
There's more people. That is what is ruining this country. Population is out of control. Competition is maddening. And smell the stink from that apartment house. Another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go now and try it and be quiet.
You're not worried about me, are you?
You got too much on the ball to worry about.
You're my foundation and my support, Linda.
Just try to relax, dear. You make mountains out of molehills.
I won't fight with him anymore. If he wants to go back to Texas, let him go.
He'll find his way.
Yeah, certain men just don't get started till later in life, like Thomas Edison or B.F. Goodrich. One of them was deaf. I'll put my money on it.
I think Papa's got.
And Willie, if it's warm Sunday, we'll drive in the country.
Now, isn't that peculiar? Isn't that remarkable?
What, darling?
That is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
I was thinking of the Chevy. 1928, we had that red Chevy. I could have sworn I was driving that car today.
Well, that's nothing. Something must have reminded you.
Remember those days, Linda? The way Biff used to simonize that car? The dealer refused to believe there was 80,000 miles on it.
Jeez. Maybe he smashed up the car again.
The cheese is on the middle shelf.
He's gonna have his license taken away if he keeps that up. I'm starting to worry about him, you know, Ben?
His eyes are going.
Pop? No, he sees all right. He just doesn't keep his mind on it. I drove into the city with him last week. He stops at a green light, and it turns red, and he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Pop, he's got the finest eye for color in the business. You know that.
I'm going to sleep.
You're not still sour on Dad, are you, Ben?
He's all right, I guess.
Yes, sir. 80,000 miles.
Smoking?
You want one?
82,000.
Oh, I can never sleep when I smell it.
What a simonizing job.
Funny, you know, Ben? Us sleeping in here again? The old beds. All the talk that went between these two beds, huh? Our whole lives?
Oh, yeah, a lot of dreams and plans.
About 500 women would like to know what was said in this room.
Hey, you remember that big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Come on, Bushwick Avenue.
With the collie dog.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Hey, I got you in there. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. That was my first time, I think. And boy, there was a pig. You taught me everything I know about women. Don't forget that.
Yeah. I bet you forgot how bashful you used to be. Especially with the girls.
I still am, bit.
Come on.
I just control it, that's all. I think I got less bashful and you more so. What happened, Ben? Hey, where's the old humor? Huh? The old confidence? What's the matter?
Why does Dad mock me all the time?
He's not mocking you. He's just
Everything I say, there's this twist of mockery on his face. I can't get near him.
He just wants you to make good, that's all. I've been meaning to talk to you about Dad for a long time, but something's happening to him. He talks to himself.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning. He always mumbled.
Yeah, but not so noticeable. You want to know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
What's he say about me?
I can't make it out.
What's he say about me?
I think the fact that you're not settled, that you're still kind of up
There's
in the
one or two
air.
other things depressing him happy.
What do you mean?
Never mind, still lay it all to my feet.
Okay, but I think if you just got started, I mean, is there any future out there for you?
I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Well, I spent 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. You know, a shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another. And that's a measly manner of existence. You get on that subway on the hot mornings in summer, to devote your whole life to keeping stock or making phone calls or selling or buying, to suffer 50 weeks out of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation when all you really desire is to just be outdoors, your shirt off. And always have to try to get ahead of the next fella, and still, that's how you build a future.
Oh, you really enjoy it on the farm? Are you content out there?
Hal, I have had 20 or 30 different kind of jobs since I left home before the war, and it always turns out the same. Just realized it lately. Nebraska when I herded cattle, and the Dakotas and Arizona, and now in Texas. I came home now, I guess, because I realized it. You know, this farm I work on now, it's spring, and they got about 15 new colts. And there is nothing more inspiring and beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And it's cool there now. See, Texas is cool, and it's spring, and whenever spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling that, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing playing around with horses for $28 a week? I'm 32 years old. I have been making my future. That's when I come running home, and now I get here, and I don't know what to do with myself. You know, I've always made a point of not wasting my life. And every time I come back here, I know that all I've done is waste my life.
You're a poet. You know that bit? Huh? You're an idealist.
No. I'm just mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I ought to get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married, I'm not in business. Look at me, I'm just like a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, are you content, Hal? You're a success. Are you content?
Hell no.
Why? You're making money, aren't you?
Well, all I can do now is wait for the merchandise manager to die. I suppose I get to be merchandise manager. He's a good friend of mine, and he just built this terrific estate on Long Island. He lived there for about 2 months and sold it, and now he's building another one. He can't enjoy it once it's finished, and I know that's exactly what I would do. I don't know what the hell I'm working for, man. Sometimes I sit in my apartment all alone and I think about the rent and I'm paying it and it's crazy. But then again, it's what I always wanted. My own apartment, a car, and plenty of women, huh? And still, goddammit, I'm lonely.
Listen, why don't you come out westward?
You and I, huh?
Sure, maybe we could buy a ranch, raise cattle, use our muscle, huh?
Yeah.
Men built like we are should be working out in the open.
The Loman brothers, huh?
Sure, right? We'd be known all over the county.
Oh, see, that's what I dream about, Biff. Sometimes I want to rip off my clothes in the middle of that store and outbox the goddamn merchandise manager. I mean, I can outbox, outrun, and outlift anybody in that store. And I have to take orders from those common petty sons of bitches until I can't take it
I'm
anymore.
telling you, kid, if you were with me, I'd be happy
You
out
see,
there.
Biff, everybody around me is so false that I'm constantly lowering my
We'd
ideals.
always take care of each other. We'd
Yeah,
have
if I was around
yeah,
you-
the trouble is that we weren't brought up to grunt for money. I don't know what to do.
And neither can I.
Well, so let's go.
The only thing is, what can you make out there?
Yeah, but look at your friend. He built an estate and has a peace of mind to live in it.
Yeah, but he walks into the store, the waves part in front of him. That's $52,000 a year walking through the revolving door. And I got more in my pinky than he's got in his
but you
head.
just said-
I got to show those pompous, self-important executives that Hap Loman can make the grade. I want to walk into the store the way he walks in. And then I'll go with you, Biff. Hey, we'll be together yet, I swear. But take those 2 creatures we had tonight. Now, weren't they gorgeous?
It's the most gorgeous I've had in years.
Yeah, well, I can get that anytime I want, Biff. Whenever I feel disgusted. The only trouble is, it becomes like bowling or something. Keep knocking them over and it doesn't mean anything. You still run around a lot?
Oh. I'd like to find a girl steady, somebody with substance.
That's what I long for.
Go on, you've never come home.
I would. Somebody with character, like Mom, you know? Somebody with resistance. Oh, you're gonna call me a bastard when I tell you this. That girl Charlotte I was with tonight is engaged to be married in 5 weeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the guy's in line for vice presidency of the store. And I don't know what gets into me. Maybe I have this overdeveloped sense of competition or something, but I went and I ruined her, and furthermore, I can't get rid of her. And he's the third executive I've done that to. Isn't that a crummy characteristic? And to top it all, I go to the weddings. I'm not supposed to take bribes, but manufacturers offer me $100 bill every now and then to send an order their way. But you know how honest I am, but it's like this girl, you see. I hate myself for it because I don't want the girl, but still I take it and I love it. Hey, what's the matter?
Let's just go to sleep.
I guess we didn't settle or anything.
Yeah. I just got one idea I think I'm gonna try.
What's that?
Remember Bill Oliver?
Yeah. Oliver's very big now. You want to work for him again?
No. When I quit, he said something. He put his arm on my Biff, if you ever need anything, come to me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
That's
I think I'll
good.
go to see him. If I could get $7,000 or $8,000, I could buy a beautiful ranch.
Hey, I bet he backed you because he thought highly of you, Vic. I mean, they all do. You're well liked, Vic. That's why I say come back here. And we both have the apartment, and I'm telling you, any
No,
baby
no,
you want,
no.
I'm
With a
gonna-
ranch, I could do the work I like and still be somebody. I just wonder, though, I wonder if Oliver still thinks of him. Stole that carton of basketball.
You probably forgot that long ago. It's almost 10 years. You're too sensitive. Besides, he didn't really fire you.
I think he was going to. I think that's why I quit. I was never sure if he knew or not. But he always liked me, though. I was the only one he let lock.
You gonna wash the engine, Biff?
Hear that?
What do you know, Mom? Can you hear that?
Don't get your sweater dirty.
You hear that? Isn't that terrible? Hey, don't leave again, will you? You'll find a job here. You gotta stick around. I don't know what to do about it anymore. It's getting
What a
embarrassing.
Simonizing job.
Mom is hearing that.
You don't kidding, huh? You got a date?
Go to sleep.
Wonderful.
Talk to him in the
With
morning.
her in the house?
I wish we'd have a good talk with him, Vince.
So stupid.
Biff, just want to be careful with those girls, that's all. Don't make any promises. No promises of any kind, because a girl, you know, they believe what you tell them, and you're very young. You're too young to be talking seriously to girls. You want to watch your schooling first. Then, when you're all set, there'll be plenty of girls for a boy like you. That's so. The girls pay for you? You must be making a hit. I was wondering why you polished the car so careful. Hey, don't leave the hubcaps, boys. Get that chamois to the hubcaps. And have you use newspaper on the windows. That's the easiest thing. Show them how to do it, Biff. That's it. That's it. Good work. Oh, Biff. First thing we got to do when we get a chance is clip that big branch from over the house. I'm afraid it's going to fall during a storm and hit the roof. Tell you what, we'll get a nice rope, sling her around, climb up there with a couple of saws and take her down. Soon as you finish the car, never leave a job till you're finished, boys. You remember that. Oh, Biff, up in Albany, I saw a beautiful hammer. I think I'll buy it next trip. We could hang it there between those two elms. Oh, wouldn't that be something, just swinging there under those branches? Boy, that would be...
Hey, Pops! How's that? Professional, huh?
Terrific job, boys, terrific. Good work, Biff.
You see the new football I got?
Hey, where'd you get a new ball?
Oh, the coach told me to practice my passing.
Oh, yeah, that's so. He gave you a new ball.
Oh, well, you know, borrowed it from the locker room.
I want you to return that.
I told you he wouldn't like it.
Well, hey, I'm bringing it back.
Sure, he's got cracks for the regulation ball, doesn't he? Coach will probably congratulate you on your initiative.
Oh, the coach keeps congratulating me on my initiative all the time, Pop.
That's because he likes you. If somebody else had taken this ball, there'd be an uproar. What's the report, boys? What's the report?
Where'd you go this time, Pop? Oh, gee, we were lonesome for you.
Lonesome, huh?
Yeah, we missed you every minute, eh?
Yeah, that's so. I'll tell you a secret, boys. Don't breathe it to a soul, but someday I'm going to have my own business. I will never have to leave home again.
Like Uncle Charlie, huh?
Bigger than Uncle Charlie, because Charlie is not liked. Well, he's liked, but he's not well liked.
Well, where'd you go this time, Pop?
I got on the road, went north to Providence, met the mayor.
Oh, the mayor of Providence.
He was sitting in the hotel lobby.
What did he say?
He said, "Morning." I said, "You got a fine city here, Mayor." He had a cup of coffee with me. Then on to Waterbury. Waterbury's a fine city, big clock city, famous Waterbury clock. And then Boston. Boston is the cradle of the Revolution, a fine city. And a couple other towns in Massachusetts, then up to Portland, and Bangor, and straight home.
Oh, gee, I'd love to go with you sometime, Pop.
Soon as summer comes, huh?
promise, Pop?
Yeah, and I'll take Biff and Hap and you. I'll show you all the towns. America is full of beautiful towns and fine, upstanding people. And they know me, boys. They know me up and down New England, the finest people. When I bring you fellas up there, it's going to be open sesame for all of us. Because one thing, boys, I have friends. I can park my car on any street in New England, the cops protect it like it's their own. Say, as soon as summer comes.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, we'll bring our bathing suits.
We'll carry your bags, Pop.
Oh, won't that be something? Me walking into the Boston stores, you boys carrying my bags. So, you nervous about the game today?
Oh, no, you're going to be there, Pop.
What do they say about you at school now that they made you captain?
Well, there's a crowd of girls behind him every time the class is
Hey, this Saturday, Pop, this Saturday, just for you, I'm going to break through for a touchdown.
You're supposed to pass.
Hey, I'm taking one play for Pop. And you watch me, Pop. And when I take off my helmet, that means I'm breaking out. Then you watch me crash through that line!
Like helmets in Boston!
Oh, hey, Bernard!
What are you looking so anemic about, Bernard?
He's got to study, Uncle Willie. He's got Regents next week.
Let's box, Bernard. Come on.
Don't stop. Listen, Biff. I heard Mr. Birnbaum say that if you don't start studying math, he's going to flunk when you won't graduate. I heard it.
You better go study with him.
I heard him.
Pop, you didn't see my sneakers, huh?
Hey, that is a beautiful job of printing.
Just because he printed University of Virginia on his sneakers doesn't mean they have to graduate him, Uncle
What are
Willie.
you talking about? With scholarships to 3 universities, they're going to flunk
But I
you?
heard Birnbaum say
Don't
that
be a pest, Bernard! What an anemic.
Okay. I'm waiting for you in my house, Biff.
Bernard. Bernard is not well liked, is he?
Well, no, he's light, but he's not well.
Well, like, that's why
You
Pop.
see, now that is what I mean. Now, Bernard can get the best marks in school, you understand. But when he gets out into the business world, you understand, you are going to be 5 times ahead of him. That's why I thank Almighty God that you are both built like Adonises, because the man who makes an impression in the business world, the man who creates personal interest, is the man who gets ahead. Be liked, and you will never want. Take me, for example. I never have to wait in line to see a buyer. When they know it is here, that's all they need to know. I go right through.
Did you knock him dead, Pop?
Knocked them cold in Providence, slaughtered them in Boston.
I'm losing weight. You know this, Pop?
Hello.
Hey, Mars!
How's the Chevy run?
Chevrolet Linda's the greatest car ever built. Since when do you boys let your mother carry wash up the stairs?
Oh, hey, grab hold there, boy. Up.
Where to, Mom?
Hang them up on the line. And you better go down to your friends, Biff. The cellar is full of boys. They don't know what to do with it.
When Pop gets home, they can wait.
Now, you go on down. You tell them what to do.
I think I'll have him sweep out to the furnace room.
Good work, Biff.
Hey, fellas, we're sweeping out the furnace room. Hey, George, Sam, Frank, meet me out back. Get out.
They obey.
Yeah, that's the training. The training. I'm telling you, sweetheart, I was selling thousands and thousands, but I had to come home.
Oh, the whole block will be at that game. Did you sell anything?
I did 500 gross in Providence, 700 gross in Boston.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got a pencil. That makes your commission 200. My God, $220.
Well, I didn't figure it yet, but
How much did you do?
well, it's 180 gross in Providence and Well, no, it's a 200 gross the whole trip. Trouble was, 3 of the stores were half closed for inventory in Boston. Otherwise,
Well, it makes $70 and some pennies. That's very good.
well, what do we owe?
Well, on the first, there's $16 on the refrigerator.
Why 16?
Well, the fan belt broke, so it's
But it's brand new.
Well, the man said that's how it is until they work themselves in.
I hope I didn't get stuck in that machine.
They got the biggest ads of any of them.
Yeah, I know, it's a fine machine. What else?
Well, there's $9.60 on the washing machine. Then for the roof, you got $21.
Doesn't leak, does it?
No, they did a wonderful job. Then you owe Frank for the carburetor.
Hey, I'm not paying that man. That goddamn Chevrolet, they ought to prohibit the manufacture of that car.
Well, you owe him $3.50, and odds and ends comes to around $120 by the 15th.
$120. My God, business don't pick up. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, next week you'll do better.
Sure, I'll knock them dead next week. I'll go to Hartford. I'm very well liked in Hartford. Trouble is, people don't seem to take to me.
Oh, don't be foolish.
Now, I know it when I walk in. They seem to laugh at me.
Why? Why would they laugh at you?
I
Well,
don't know
talk
the
that
reason
way.
for it, but they pass me by. I'm just not noticed.
But you're doing wonderful, dear. You're making $70 to $100 a week.
But I have to be at it 10, 12 hours a day. Other than, I don't know, they do it easier. I talk too much. A man ought to come in with a few words. That's one thing about Charlie. He's a man of few words, and they respect him.
You don't talk too much. You're just lively.
Now, I figure, what the hell? Life is short. Couple of jokes. I joke too much.
Why you're...
I'm fat. I'm very foolish to look at. I didn't tell you this, Linda, but Christmas time, I went in to see a buyer. I heard him say something about walrus, and I won't take that. I simply will not take that. But they do laugh at me.
Willie, darling, you are the handsomest man in the world.
No.
To me, you are the handsomest. And the boys, Willie, few men are idolized by their children the way that you are.
You're the best there is. You're a pal, you know that? On the road sometimes I just want to grab you and kiss the life out of you because I get so lonely. Especially when business is bad and there's no one to talk to. I get the feeling I'll never sell anything again, that I won't make a living for you, or a business for the boys. And there's so much I want to make for...
Me? You didn't make me, Willie. I picked you.
You picked me?
I did. I've been sitting at that desk watching all the salesmen go by, day in and day out. But you've got such a sense of humor, and I think you're a wonderful man.
Why do you have to go now?
It's too hot.
No, oh, come on in.
My sisters will be scandalized. When will you be back?
Oh, 2 weeks about me, you come up again.
Sure thing. You do make me laugh. It's good for me.
You picked me, huh?
Sure, because you're so sweet and such a kidder.
Well, I will see you next time I'm in Boston.
I'll put you right through to the buyers.
All right. Well, bottoms up.
Oh, and thanks for the stockings. I love a lot of stockings. Well, good night.
Good night. Keep your pores open.
Oh, Willie!
You are, Willie, the handsomest. You've got no reason to feel that.
I'll make it all up to you, Linda.
There's nothing to make up, dear. You're doing fine. You're doing better than
What
fine.
is that?
Oh, just mending my stocking. You're so excited.
I won't have you mending stockings in this house. Now throw them out.
Where is he? If he doesn't study it, he's...
Then you give him the answers.
Well, I do, but I can't on a Regents. That's a state exam. They're liable to arrest me.
Where is he? I'll whip him. I'll whip him.
You better get that football, Willie. It's not.
Biff! Where is he? Why is he taking everything?
He's too rough for the girls, and all my time.
I'll whip him.
He's driving the car without...
Shut up! Shut up!
Mr. Burbaum says he's...
Now get out of here!
If he doesn't buckle down, he'll flunk math.
There's nothing the matter with him! You want him to be a worm like Bernard? He's got spirit! Personality! Loaded with it! Loaded! What is he stealing? He's giving it back, isn't he? Why is he stealing? What did I tell him? I never told him anything but decent things. Why?
Let's go now.
Why?
Come on.
Why does she wax the floors herself? Every time she waxes the floors herself, she keels over. She knows that.
Take it easy, huh? Hey, we'll run you back tonight.
I had an awful scare. I nearly hit a kid in Yonkers. Why didn't I go with my brother Ben to Alaska that time? Ben, that man was a genius. That man was success incarnate. He begged me to go.
There's no use in dwelling.
There was a man who started with the clothes on his back and he ended up with diamond mines.
Boy, someday I'd like to know how he did it.
What's the mystery? The man knew what he wanted, and he went out and he got it. Walked into a jungle. When he walked out at the age of 21, he was rich. The world is an oyster, but you don't crack it open on a mattress.
Pop, I told you, I'm gonna retire you for life.
You'll retire me for life on your 70 goddamn dollars a week, and your women, in your car, in your apartment. You're gonna retire me for life? For Christ's sakes, I couldn't get past Yonkers today. Where are you guys? Where are you? The woods are burning. I can't drive a car.
Everything all right?
Yeah,
What's the
trying to
matter?
get.
Well, I heard some noise. I thought something happened. Can't we do something about the walls? You sneeze in here and my house has to blow off.
Let's go to bed, Dad. Come on.
You go on. I'm not tired.
Take it easy, huh?
Yeah. What are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep good. I had a heartburn.
Well, you don't know how to eat.
I ate with my mouth.
No, you're ignorant. You gotta know what vitamins, things like that.
Come on, let's shoot. Tire you out of it.
All right.
What is it with the vitamins?
They build up your bones. Chemistry.
There's no bones in a heartburn.
What are you talking about? Do you know the first thing about it?
Don't get
But
insulted.
don't talk about something you don't know anything about.
Well, what are you doing home?
Had a little trouble with the car.
Oh. I would like to take a trip to California.
That's
Want a job?
I got a job. I told you that. What the hell are you offering me a job
Don't
for?
get insulted.
Well, don't insult me.
I don't see no sense that you don't have to go
I
on
got
this
a
way.
good job. What the hell do you keep coming in here for?
You want me to go?
I can't understand it, Charlie. He's going back to Texas. What the hell is that?
Let him go.
Got nothing to give him, Charlie. I'm clean. I'm clean.
You won't starve. None of them starve. Forget about it. You take it too hard. To hell with it. When a deposit bottle is broken, you don't get your nickel back.
It's easy enough for you to say.
That ain't easy for me to say.
Did you see the ceiling I put up in the living room?
Yeah, that's a piece of work. Put up a ceiling is a mystery to me. How'd you do it?
What's the difference?
Talk about it.
You gonna put up a ceiling?
How can I put up a
Now,
ceiling?
what the hell are you bothering me for?
You're insulting
Man,
me.
you can't handle tools is not a man. You're disgusting.
Don't call me disgusting, boy.
I'm getting awfully tired, Ben.
Good, keep playing and sleep better. You call me Ben?
It's funny, for a second there, you reminded me of my brother Ben.
I only have a few minutes.
I never heard from him again, huh, since that time.
Did Linda tell you? A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife in Africa. He died.
That's
So this is Brooklyn, huh?
well, maybe in for some of his money.
He had 7 sons. There was just one opportunity I had with that man.
I must make a trade, William. There are several properties I'm looking at in Alaska.
Sure, if I'd got with him to Alaska that time, everything would have been totally different.
We're going to froze to death up there.
What are you talking about?
Opportunity is tremendous in Alaska, William. Surprised you're not up there.
Sure, tremendous.
Yeah.
There was the only man I ever met who knew the answers.
Ooh,
How are you all?
Fine.
pretty sharp tonight.
Is Mother living with you?
No, she died long ago.
Who?
Oh, that's too bad. Fine specimen of a lady, Mother.
Not,
I'd hope to see the old girl.
Who died?
Heard anything from Father, have you?
what do you mean, who died?
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, it's half past
Hey,
8.
that's my bill.
Oh, I put the ace.
If you don't know how to play the game, I'm not going to throw my money away.
It was my ace, for God's sake.
True.
When did Mother die?
Long ago. Since the beginning, you never knew how to play cards.
All right. Next time I'm going to bring a deck with 5 aces.
I don't play that kind of
You
game.
ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Ignoramus. Ben, I've been waiting for you for so long. How did you do it? What's the answer?
Oh, there's a story to that, William.
Is this Ben?
How do you do, my dear?
Where have you been all these years? Willie's always
Where's
wondering.
Dad? Didn't you follow him? How did you get started?
Well, I don't know how much you remember.
Well, when you left, I was just a baby, 3, 4 years old.
3 years, 11 months.
Oh, what a memory, Ben.
I have many enterprises, William, and I have never kept books.
I remember sitting under a wagon in, was it Nebraska?
It was South Dakota, and I gave you a bunch of wildflowers.
Sure, the flowers. And I remember you walking away down some open road.
I was on my way to find Father.
Where is he?
Well, at that age, I had a very faulty view of geography, William. After a couple days, I realized I was heading due south. So instead of Alaska, I ended up in Africa.
Africa.
The Gold Coast.
Principally diamond mines.
Diamond mines?
Yes, my dear, but I've only a few minutes.
Boys! Boys! This is your Uncle Ben, a great man. Tell my boys, Ben.
My boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle, and when I was 21, I walked out, and by God, I was
You
rich.
see what I have been talking about? The greatest things can happen.
I have an appointment in Ketchikan Tuesday next,
No,
William.
Ben, please, tell about Father. I want my boys to hear. I want them to know the kind of stock they spring from. All I remember is a man with a big beard, and I was on Mama's lap sitting by a fire, and there was some kind of high music.
His flute. He played the flute.
Sure, that's right, the flute.
Father was a very great and a very wild-hearted man. We would start in Boston, and he'd toss the whole family into the back of the wagon. And then he'd drive the team right across country through Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, all the western states. And we'd stop in the towns and sell the flutes along the way. Great inventor, Father. With one gadget, he made more in a week than a man like you could make in a lifetime.
That's just the way I'm bringing them up, Ben. Rugged, well-liked all around.
Yeah, well, hit that, boy. Hard as you can.
Sure, go ahead, Ben. Show him.
Come on, get to me!
Yeah.
Never fight fair with a stranger, boy. You'll never get out of the jungle that way. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Linda.
Have a nice trip.
And good luck with your, what is it you do?
Selling. No, Ben, I
Yes,
don't
well.
want you to think. Boys, go over right away to where they're building that apartment house. Get some sand. We're going to rebuild the entire front stoop right now. Watch this.
Yes, sir. Come on, let me go.
I lost weight, Pop. You notice? Listen, if those boys steal any more from that building, the watchman will put the cops
You
out.
should have seen the lumber they brought home last week. At least a dozen 6x10s
Listen,
worth
if
all
that
kinds of
watchman-
money. I gave them hell, you understand, but I got a couple of fearless characters there.
Oh, Willie, the jails are full of fearless characters.
And the stock exchange, friend.
Where's the rest of your pants?
My wife was.
All you need now is a golf club. You can go upstairs and go to sleep. Great athlete. Between him and his son Bernard, they can't hammer a nail.
Well, how'd you do in Portland this trip?
I had the greatest week in my history.
The watchman is chasing Biff.
Ah, shut up. He's not stealing anything.
Nervy boy. Good.
Nerves of iron, that Biff.
Yeah, I don't know how you do the business, Willie. All the salesmen in the city are coming back bleeding from New England. Can't sell a nickel for 3 cents. You're doing great, huh?
It's contacts. Charlie, I got important contacts.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, Willie. Hey, come in later. We'll shoot a little casino. I'll take some of your Portland money.
I'll stop by on my way back to
Can't you
Africa.
stay a few days? You're just what I need.
William, I must make a train.
Oh, Ben, please, my boys, can't we talk?
Well, you're being first rate with your boys. Outstanding, manly chaps.
Ben, that's so good to hear, because sometimes I'm afraid that I may not be teaching them the right kind of... Ben, how should I teach them?
William, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle. And when I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
Was rich. It's just the kind of spirit I want to imbue them with. To walk into a jungle. I was right. I was right. I was...
Willie,
Right.
dear. Willie. Did you have some cheese? It's very late, darling. Come to bed.
Gotta break your neck to see a star in this yard.
You coming in?
Whatever happened to that diamond watch fob? You remember when Ben came from Africa that time? Didn't he give me a watch fob with a diamond in it?
You pawned it, dear, 12, 13 years ago for Biff's radio correspondence course.
Gee, that was a beautiful thing. I'll take a walk.
But,
I was right. I was.
Willie,
What a man. There was a man worth talking to. I was right.
What is he doing with this? God almighty.
Don't-
Mom, how long has this been going on? What the hell is the matter with him?
he'll pass by morning.
Shouldn't we do anything about it?
Oh, my dear, you should do a lot of things. But there's nothing to do, so go to sleep.
I never heard him so loud, Mom.
Well, come around more often. You'll hear it.
Why did you write me about this, Mom?
How could I write to you? For over 3 months, you had no address.
It's on the move. But you know, I thought about you all the time. You know that, don't you, pal?
I know, dear, I know. But he likes to have a letter, just to know that there's still a possibility for better things.
Like this all the time, is he?
Because when you come home, he's always the
I
worst.
like him, Mom.
When you write you're coming, he's all smiles and talks about the future, and he's just wonderful. And then the closer you seem to come, the more shaky he gets, and by the time you get here, he's arguing and he seems angry at you. I think it's just that maybe he can't bring himself to open up to you. Why are you so hateful to each other? Why is
I'm
that?
not hateful, Mom.
But you don't see her come at the
I
door
don't know
and
why.
then-
I don't know. I mean to change, and I'm trying, Mom. You understand?
Are you home to stay now?
I don't know. I want to look around and see what's doing.
You can't look around all your life,
Well,
can you?
I just can't take hold. Mom, I can't take hold of some kind of a life.
Biff, a man is not a bird to come and go with the springtime.
Your hair. Your hair got so gray.
Oh, it's been gray since you were in high school. I just stopped dyeing it, that's all.
Hey, dye it again, will you? I don't want my pal looking old.
You're such a boy. You think you can go away for a year and you've got to get it into your head now that one day you'll knock on this door and there'll be strange people here.
What are you talking about, Mom? You're not even 60.
But what about your father?
Yeah, I met him too.
He admires Pop.
Biff, if you don't have any feeling for him, you can't have any feeling for me.
Sure I can.
No, you can't just come to see me because I love him. He's the dearest man in the world to me, and I won't have anyone making him feel unwanted and low and blue. You've got to make up your mind now. There's no leeway anymore. Either he's your father and you pay him that respect, or else you're not to come here. I know he's not easy to get along with. No one knows that more than me.
Babe, vote!
What the hell is the matter with him? Look, would you stop making excuses for him? He always wiped the floor with you. Never had
Hey,
respect for you.
he always had respect for
Well,
her.
what the hell do you know about it?
Just don't call him
He's got
crazy.
no character. Charlie wouldn't do this. Spewing out this vomit from his
Charlie never had to cope with what he has to
mouth.
deal
There are
with.
worse people off than Willie Loman. Believe me, I've seen them.
Then make Charlie your father, Biff. You can't do that, can you? I don't say he's a great man. Willie Loman never earned a lot of money. His name was never in the paper. He's not the finest character that ever lived. But he's a human being, and a terrible thing is happening to him, so attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention must finally be paid to such a person. You called him crazy. No, a lot of people think he's lost his balance. But you don't have to be very smart to know what his trouble is. The man is exhausted.
Sure.
A small man can be just as exhausted as a great man. He works for a company 36 years this March. Opens up unheard of territories to the trademark. And now in his old age, they take his salary away.
I didn't know that, Mom.
You never asked, my dear. Now that you get your spending money someplace else, you don't trouble your mind with it.
But I gave you money last
Christmas
week.
time, $50 to fix the hot water costs $97.50. For 5 weeks, he's been on straight commission, like a beginner and unknown.
These ungrateful bastards.
Are they any worse than his sons? When he brought them business when he was young, they were glad to see him. And now, his old friends, The old buyers that loved him so and always found some order to hand him in a pinch, they're all dead, retired. He used to be able to make 6-7 calls a day in Boston. Now he takes his valises out of the car, puts them back, and takes them out again, and he's exhausted. Instead of walking, he talks now. He drives 700 miles, and when he gets there, nobody knows him anymore. No one welcomes him. And what goes through a man's mind driving 700 miles home without having a cent? Why shouldn't he talk to himself? Why? When he has to go to Charlie and borrow $50 a week and pretend to me it's his pay.
God.
How long can that go on? How long? You see what I'm sitting here and waiting for? And you tell me he has no character? The man who never worked a day but for your benefit? When does he get a medal for that? Is this his reward? To turn around at the age of 63 and find his sons who he loved better than his life? What a philandering bum.
Mom!
That's all you are, my baby. And you, what happened to the love you got for him? You were such pals. How he used to talk on the phone every night. How lonely he was till he could come home
All
to
right.
you.
I'll stay here and I'll get a job. I'll just keep away from him, that's all.
No, if you can't stay here,
He
fight
threw me
all-
out of this house, you remember that?
Why did he do that? I never
Because
knew why.
I know he's a fake and he doesn't like anybody around who knows.
In what way,
But
Faith? What do you
just
mean?
don't lay it all at my feet. It's between me and him, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I'll chip in from now on. Instead of if I have my paycheck, it'll be all right. I'm going to bed.
You won't be all right.
I hate this city, but I'll stay here now. What do you want from me?
He's dying.
Why is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
How?
I live from day to day.
What are you talking about?
Remember I wrote you that he smashed up the car again in February?
Well,
The insurance inspector came and said they have evidence that all these accidents in the last year weren't accidents.
How can they tell that? That's a lie.
There's a woman, and this woman...
what woman?
What?
Nothing going.
What did you
No,
say?
nothing. I just said, what woman?
Okay, what about her?
Well, it seems that she was walking down the road and saw his car. She says he wasn't driving fast at all, and he didn't skid. She says he came to that little bridge and then deliberately smashed into the railing, and it was only the shallowness of the water that saved him.
Oh, he probably just fell asleep
I don't
again.
think he fell asleep.
Why not?
Last month. Oh boy, is it so hard to say a thing like this. He's just a big, stupid man to me, but I tell you, there's more good in him than in many other people. I was looking for his... I went down to the cellar, behind the fuse box. It happened to fall out. It was a length of rubber pipe, just short.
No kidding.
There's a little attachment on the end of it. I knew right away. And sure enough, on the bottom of the water heater, there's a little nipple on the gas pipe.
Yeah, sure.
You can have it taken off.
I'm ashamed to. How can I mention it to him? Every day I go down and I take away that little rubber pipe, but when he comes home, I put it back where it was. How can I insult him like that? I don't know what to do. I live from day to day. I tell you, I know every thought in his mind. It sounds so old-fashioned and silly, but I tell you, boys, he put his whole life into you, and you've turned your backs on him. Biff, I swear to God, Biff, his life is in your hands.
Oh, you like that damn
All
phone,
right.
huh?
All right. It's all settled now. I've been remiss, and I know that. But now, I'll stay, and I swear to you, I'll apply myself. She said, Tom, I don't belong in business. Not that I won't try. I'll try, and I'll make good.
Sure you will. The trouble with you in business is that you never tried to please people.
I know.
Like when you worked for Harrison's. Bob Harrison said you were tops. And then you do some damn fool thing like whistling whole songs in the elevator
So
like a
what? I
comedian.
like to whistle sometimes.
You don't raise a guy to a responsible job who whistles in
Well,
the
don't
elevator.
argue about
Like
it
when you
now.
go out for a swim in the middle of the day instead of taking the line
Why
around.
don't you take off sometimes? You go out, don't you, on a nice summer day?
Yeah, but I cover myself.
Boys,
If the boss is gonna call me, he can call any number where I'm supposed to be, and they'll swear to him that I just left. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that I hate to say this, but in the business world, some of them think you're crazy.
Screw the business world.
Huh. All right, great. Cover yourself.
Oh, hey, I don't care what you think. They have laughed at Dad for years, and you know why? Because we do not belong in this nut house of a city. We should be on some open plain mixing cement or carpenters. A carpenter is allowed to whistle!
Even your grandfather was better than a carpenter. You never grew up. Bernard does not whistle in an elevator, I assure you.
No, but you do, Pop.
I never in my life whistled in an elevator. And who in the business world thinks I'm crazy?
I didn't mean anything by it. Don't
Go back
out
to
of
the
the
West,
way.
be a carpenter, a cowboy, enjoy yourself.
Really, he was just saying.
I heard what he said.
Hey, come on now,
Laugh
Bob.
at me, huh? Go to Finally Hub, go to Slattery's, Boston. Call out the name Willie Loman. See what happens.
All
Big
right,
shot.
all right,
Big.
Pop, all right.
Why do you always insult me?
Did I say a word? I didn't say a word, did I?
He didn't say anything, Willie.
All right. Good night.
Willie, he just
You get tired
decided.
of hanging around tomorrow. I want you to paint the ceiling I put up.
I'm leaving early tomorrow.
He's gonna see Bill Oliver, Pop.
Oh. What?
Well, he always said he'd stay with me, and I'm thinking about going into business, so maybe I'll take him up on it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Don't interrupt. What's wonderful about it is 50 men in the city of New York, they would stake him. Sporting goods?
Yeah, I guess so. I know something about it.
He knows something about it. You know sporting goods better than Spalding, for God's sake. Now, how much is he going to give you?
I don't know. I haven't asked him yet.
What are you talking about?
All I said was I was going to ask him. That's all.
You count your chickens.
Wait a minute, Jesus!
Wait, don't you question it.
Since when did you
Wait,
kill
wait,
so
wait,
clean,
wait.
huh?
I got an idea. I got a feasible idea. Sit down, Biff. Let's talk some sense here, okay? Hey, when I was in Florida last time, I thought of a great idea to sell sporting goods, and it just came back to me. You and I, Biff, we have a line. The Loman line, huh? We train for a couple of weeks and put on a couple of exhibitions. See?
That is an idea.
We form 2 basketball teams, 2 water polo teams. We play each other. It's $1 million worth of publicity. 2 brothers, see? The Loman brothers. Displays in the Royal Palms and all the hotels and banners over the rings and the basketball courts. Loman brothers. Baby, we could sell sporting goods,
That's
huh?
a $1 million idea.
I'm in great shape as far as that's concerned.
Hey, and the beauty of it is, Biff, it wouldn't be like business. We'd be out playing ball again.
$1 million.
And you wouldn't get fed up with it, Biff, because it'd be the family again, huh? The old honor, the comradeship. And if you wanted to go out for a swim or something, and then you do it without some smart cookie getting up ahead of you.
Lick the world, you two together could absolutely lick the civilized world.
I'll see Oliver tomorrow. If we could work that out.
Maybe things are
But
beginning
you
to
stop
turn around.
interrupting. And don't wear a sport coat and slacks when you see Oliver.
No,
a business suit. And talk as little as possible. And don't crack any jokes.
He always liked me. He always.
loved you.
Let you stop. Now, talking very serious. You're not applying for a boy's job. Money is to pass. Be quiet, fine, and serious. Everybody likes a kidder, but nobody lends him money.
I'll try to get some myself, Biff. I'm sure I can.
Remember, start big and you'll end big. Ask for $15,000. How much you can ask for?
Gee, I don't know.
And don't say gee. Gee is a boy's word. A man asking for $15,000 does not say gee.
10, I think, would be tops, though.
Don't be so modest. You always started too low. Hey, walk in with a big laugh. Don't look worried. Start off with a couple of your good stories to lighten things up. Remember, it's not what you say. It's how you say it, because personality always wins the day.
Oliver always thought the
Will you let me talk?
Don't yell at it, Pop.
I was talking, wasn't
Well,
I?
I don't like you yelling at her all the time, and I'm telling you.
Take
that's
you
all.
over the house now!
No,
And don't take this side all the time, goddamn!
Stop yelling at her!
Give my best to Bill Oliver. He may remember me.
Did you have to go and start that for you? See how sweet he was as soon as you talked hopefully? Don't let him go to bed that way. Just come up and say goodnight. Please, dear. It takes so little to make him happy.
Come on, let's buck him up, Biff.
Your pajamas are hanging in the bathroom, Willie.
They broke the mold when they made her. You know that, Biff.
God, he's on salary working a commission.
Let's face it, he's no hotshot selling man. But you gotta admit, sometimes he is a sweet personality.
You lend me $10. I'm gonna get some new ties tomorrow.
Hey, I'll take you to a place I know. Beautiful stuff. Wear one of my striped shirts tomorrow, huh?
Hey, Mom, now. Oh, huh? She's awful gray. You know what? I'm gonna go in tomorrow. I'm gonna knock Oliver
Hey,
for
come on in. Let's tell that to Dad. Come
You
on.
know,
let's give him
$10,000, boy.
Oh, that's the talk. That's the first time I heard the old confidence out of you. You're gonna live with me, kid, and I'm telling you, any babe you want to say the word.
I'm wondering if Oliver will remember him.
Remember it when you're talking about?
Come on,
I
Vic.
stayed with Bill Oliver. He'd been on top one. Wait till Oliver gets a look at him. You don't know the average caliber today. The average young man today is a caliber of 0. Greatest thing in the world for him was to bum around.
Hey, Pa. You wanted to say goodnight to you, sport?
Yeah. Knock him dead, boy.
Hey, take it easy, Pop. Good night.
If something falls off his desk while you're talking to him, like a package or something, don't you pick it up. They have office boys for that.
I'll make a big
Where do you
breakfast.
let me finish? And tell them you were in business in the West, not farming.
I think everything's gonna work out.
Don't undersell yourself. No less than $15,000.
Okay.
Because you got a greatness in you, Bill. You got all kinds of greatness.
Good night, Tom.
I'm getting married, Mom. I wanted to tell you.
Go to sleep, dear.
I just wanted to tell you.
Remember that Evans Field game? The championship of the city.
Just rest, dear. Should I sing to you?
Yeah, sing to me. When the team came out on the field, he was the tallest, remember?
Yeah, in gold.
Like a young god. Hercules, something like that. And the sun all around him. And remember how he waved to me right up from the field with the representatives of 3 universities standing by. The flyers I brought. And the cheers when he came out. Loman, Loman, Loman. God Almighty, you'll be great yet. A star like that, magnificent, can never really fade away.
Really, dear? What has he got against you?
I'm so tired, don't talk about it.
Will you ask Howard to let me work in New York?
First thing in the morning, everything's gonna be all right. Gee, look at the moon coming between the buildings. Wonderful coffee. Meal in itself.
Let me fix you some eggs.
Now, just take a breath.
You look so rested, dear.
I slept like a dead man, first time in months. Can you imagine? Sleeping till 10 on a Tuesday morning. Boys left nice and early,
They
huh?
were out of here by 8 o'clock.
Good work.
It was so thrilling to see them leaving together. I can't get over the shaving motion in this house. Biff was very changed this morning. His whole attitude seemed to be hopeful. He couldn't wait to get downtown to see Oliver.
He's heading for a change, there's no question about it. Gee, on my way home, I would like to buy some seeds.
Oh, that'd be wonderful, dear, but not enough sun gets back there. Nothing will grow anymore.
You wait, kid, before it's all over. We'll have a little place out in the country. I'll raise some vegetables, a couple of chickens.
Oh, you'll do it yet, dear?
I'll get married, come for a weekend. I built a little guest house. I got the tools, so all I need is some lumber and a little peace of mind.
I saw the lining on your
I
jacket.
built 2 guest houses, so they both count. Now, did he decide how much he's going to ask Oliver for?
He didn't mention it, but I imagine 10 or 15,000. You going to see Howard today?
I will put it to him straight and simple. He'll just have to take me off the road.
And Willie, don't forget to ask for a little advance because we've got the insurance premium and it's the grace
That's
period. 108.68 because we're a little short again.
Why are we short?
Well, you had the motor job on the car.
Goddamn Studebaker.
Well, you got one more payment on the refrigerator.
But it just broke again.
Well, it's old.
I
dear.
told you we should have bought a well-advertised machine. Charlie bought a General Electric, is 20 years old, and it still works, the son of a bitch.
Oh, really?
Just once, I would like to own something outright before it's broken. I'm always in a race with the junkyard. They time those things. They time them to, when you finally finish paying for them, they're used up.
Well, all told, about $200 would carry us. But that includes the last payment on the mortgage. After this payment, the house belongs to us, Lily.
It's 25 years.
It was 7 years old when we bought it.
Gee, that's a great thing to weather a 25-year mortgage is.
It's an accomplishment.
I just wish Biff would take this house and raise the family.
Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to meet him for dinner.
Who, me?
Yes, Frank's Chop House on 48th near 6th
What about you?
No, just the 3 of you. They're going to blow you to a big meal.
Well, don't say. Whose idea was that?
Biff came to me this morning, Willie, and he said, tell Dad we want to blow him to a big meal. Be there 6 o'clock. You and your 2 boys are going to have dinner.
Gee whiz, isn't that something? Yeah, I'm going to knock Howard for a loop, kid. I'll come home with an advance, and I come home with a New York job. But goddamn it, I'm going to do it. I will never get behind the wheel the rest of my life.
Oh, I can feel it changing, Willie. It's changing.
Will you stop mending stockings? At least while I'm in the house, it gets me nervous. I need to tell you, please.
Remember, Frank's Chop House.
I wonder if beets would grow out here.
Be careful on the subway stairs, dear. Hello? Oh, Biff, I'm so glad you called. Yes, sure, I just told him. Yes, he'll be there for dinner at 6 o'clock. Listen, I was just dying to tell you. You know that little rubber pipe I told you about that he connected to the gas heater? I finally decided to go down the cellar this morning and take it away and destroy it. But it's gone. Imagine he took it away himself. It isn't there anymore. When? Oh, then you took it. Oh, nothing. I just hoped that he'd taken it away himself. Oh, I'm not worried, darling, because this morning he left in such high spirits it was like the old days. Did Mr. Oliver see you? Well, you wait there then. Goodbye, dear. You got your comb? That's fine. Goodbye, Biff, dear.
Howard, can I see you in the house?
Sure, come on in, Willie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I'd like to have a little talk with you, Howard.
Sure, 2 minutes. Ever see one of these, Willie?
Howard, I'd like to ask you a little favor.
Most terrific machine I ever saw in my life. Was up all night with it.
What is it?
Wire recorder. Just got delivery yesterday. It dragged me crazy.
What do you do with it?
I bought it for dictation, but you can do anything with it. Hey, listen to this. I had home last night. Listen to what I picked up. This first one's my daughter. Get this. Listen to that kid whistle.
Yeah, it's real lifelike, isn't it?
7 years old, Willie. Get that tone.
Now you, Daddy.
Oh, she's crazy about me. That's me.
Hey, you're very good.
Now get this. This next is my son.
The capital of Alabama is Montgomery. The capital of Arizona
Oh,
is Phoenix.
5 years old,
The
really?
capital of Arkansas
Hey, he'll
is
make an
Phoenix.
announcer someday.
The capital of California is
Get that.
Sacramento.
Alphabetical
The
order.
capital of Colorado is Denver. The capital of Connecticut.
Oh, wait a minute, you may take the plug out.
It's 9 o'clock full of a watch time, so I have to go to sleep.
Well, that's
Wait,
certainly.
wait, next is my wife.
Go on, say something. Well, you gonna talk?
I can't think of anything.
Talking's dirty.
How's my wife?
Well, that is a wonderful machine.
I tell you, Willie, I'm going to take my bandsaw, my camera, and all my other hobbies, and out they go. This is the most fascinating relaxation I've ever found.
I think I'll get one myself.
Sure, they're only 150. Besides, can't do without it. Say you want to listen to the Jack Benny program, see? You can't be home at that hour. All you gotta do is have the maid flip the radio on when the Jack Benny program comes on, and this automatically goes on with the radio. You can come home 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, anytime you like. Grab yourself a Coke, sit yourself down, flip the switch, and there's the Jack Benny program in the middle of the night.
I definitely have to get one because lots of times I'm on the road.
Say, aren't you supposed to be in Boston?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Howard, if you got a minute.
Well, what happened? What are you doing here?
Well,
You didn't crack up again, did
oh,
you?
no.
Jeez. Get me worried there for a minute, Willie. What's the trouble?
To tell you the truth, Howard, I've come to the decision that I would like to not travel anymore.
Not travel. Well, what'll you do?
Oh, you remember Christmas time? You had that party here. You said you would try to find some spot for me here in town.
With us?
Well, sure.
Yeah, I remember, Willie. Well, I couldn't think of anything for you, Willie.
I'll tell you, Howard, the kids are all grown. I don't need much anymore. If I could bring home $65 a week, I could swing it.
Yeah, but Willie,
I'll tell you why, Howard. Speaking frankly, between us, I'm just a little tired.
I can understand that, Willie. But you're a road man, Willie, and this is a road business, and we've only got half a dozen salesmen on the floor.
God knows I've never asked a favor of any man. I was working with this firm when your father used to carry you in here in his arms.
I know that,
He
Willie.
came to me on the day you were born and asked me what I thought of the name of Howard. May he rest in peace.
And I appreciate that, Willie. If I had a spot, I'd slam you right in, but I don't have a single solitary spot.
All I need to set my table is $50 a week.
Where am I going to put you, kid?
It's not a question of whether I can sell merchandise, is it?
No, but it's a business, and everybody's got to pull his own weight.
Let me tell you a story.
You got to admit that business is business.
Business is definitely business, but listen to this, because you don't understand. When I was yet a boy, I was 18, 19, I was already on the road. And there was a question in my mind as to whether selling had a future for me, because in those days I had a yearning to go to Alaska. There were 3 gold strikes in 1 month in Alaska, and I felt like going out just for the ride, you might say.
Is that so?
My father lived many years in Alaska. He was an adventurous man. It's quite a streak of self-reliance in our family, and I thought I would go out with my older brother and try to locate him, maybe settle in the north with the old man, and I was almost decided to go when I met a salesman at the Parker House. His name was Dave Singleman. He was 84 years old. He had drummed merchandise in 31 states. And old Dave would go up to his room, put on his green velvet slippers, and never forget, pick up the phone, call the buyers, and without ever leaving his room at the age of 84, that man made his living. And when I saw that, I realized that selling was the greatest career a man could want, because what could be more satisfying than to go at age 84 into 20, 30 different cities, pick up the phone and be remembered and loved and helped by so many different people. And when he died, and by the way, he died the death of a salesman in his green velvet slippers in the smoker of the New York, New Haven, and Hartford going into Boston. When he died, there were hundreds of salesmen and buyers at that funeral. Things were said on a lot of trains for months after that. You see what I mean? In those days, there was personality in it, Howard. There was respect and comradeship and gratitude in it. Today, it's cut and dry. There's no chance to bring friendship to bear or personality. They don't know me anymore, Howard.
It's just the thing, Willie.
If I had $40 a week, Howard, that's all I need is $40.
Kid, I can't take blood.
The year Al Smith was nominated, your father came to me. He put his hand on my
I
shoulder.
got people to see this morning.
I'm talking about your father. There were promises made in this office. You mustn't tell me you've got people to see. I put 36 years into this firm, and I can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit. Now pay attention. Your father. In 1928, I had a very big year. I averaged $170 a week.
No, you never
I
averaged.
averaged $170 a week in the year 1928, and your father came to me. Or rather, it was in this office here. He came to me, he put his hand on my shoulder.
Pull yourself together.
Pull myself together. My God, I was yelling at him. Frank. Don't you remember? When I opened the 3 new Portland accounts, you congratulated me long distance. You put your hand on my shoulder, Frank.
The capital of North
Howard!
Carolina is Raleigh.
Howard, shut it up! Shut it up!
Willie!
I have to get
Willie,
myself
look.
some coffee. I'll get some coffee. I will go to Boston.
No, you can't go to Boston for us, Willie. I don't want you representing us anymore. I've been meaning to tell you for a long time now.
Howard, are you firing me?
Look, I think you need a good long rest, Willie. And when you feel better, you can come back and we can talk, see if we can talk something out.
Well, I have to earn money. I'm in no position.
Where are your sons? Why can't your sons
I
help
will
you
go
out?
to Boston tomorrow.
No.
I can't throw myself on my son.
I'm busy this morning,
Howard, you're
kid.
not to let me.
I've got a line of people to see this morning, Willie. Take 5 minutes, pull yourself together, then go home, will ya? I need the office, Willie. Yeah, when you have a chance, stop by and drop off the samples. You'll feel better, Willie. Pull yourself together, kid. There's people outside.
Go, Ben. How did you do it? What's the answer? Did you wind up the Alaska deal so quickly?
It doesn't take much time if you know what you're doing. Boarding ship in an hour, wanted to say
Ben,
goodbye.
I need to talk to you.
I haven't much time, William.
Nothing's working out. I don't know what to do.
Now look here, William. I bought timberland in Alaska, and I need a man to look after things for me.
My God, timberland. Me and my boys in those grand outdoors?
You've a new continent at your doorstep, William. Get out of these cities. They're full of talk and time payments and courts of law. Screw on your fist and you can fight for a fortune up there.
Yes, Linda! Linda!
I haven't much time.
No, wait.
Oh, you're back.
Linda, he's got a proposition for me in Alaska.
He's got a beautiful job here. You're doing well enough, Willie.
Enough for what, my dear?
Enough to be happy right here, right now. Why must everybody conquer the world? You're well liked, the boys love you, and someday, why, old man Wagner told him just the other day that if he keeps it up, he'll be a member of the firm. Didn't he, Willie?
Yeah, sure. I'm building something with this firm here, and if a man is building something, he must be on the right track, mustn't he?
What are you building, William? Where is it? Lay your hands on it.
It's true, Linda, there's nothing.
Why does a man 84 years old?
That's right. When I see that man, I say, what is there to worry about? No, it's true. He can go into any city. All he has to do is pick up the phone, and he's making his living.
I've got to go.
Ben, look at this boy. Without a penny to his name, 3 great universities are begging for him. And from there, the sky is the limit, because it's not what you do, Ben. It's who you know, and the smile on your face. It's contacts, Ben. Contacts, and that's the wonder of this country, that a man can make diamonds here on the basis of being liked That's why when you get out on that field today, it's important because thousands of people will be rooting for you and loving you. And then, when he walks into a business office, his name will ring out like a bell and all the doors will open to him. I've seen it, Ben. I've seen it 1,000 times. You can't feel it in your hand like timber, but it's there.
Goodbye, William.
Am I right, Ben? Ben, don't you think I'm right? I value your advice.
William, you've a new continent at your doorstep. You can walk out rich.
We're gonna do it here, Ben. You hear me? We're gonna do it here.
Gee, I was afraid you left already.
Fine, what time is it?
It's 1:30.
All right, everybody, come on. Next stop, Emmett Field.
Did you pack fresh underwear, dear?
I got everything, Mom. I want to go.
Hey, Biff, I'm carrying a helmet, ain't I?
No, I'm carrying the helmet.
Biff, you promised me.
No, I'm carrying the
How am
helmet.
I going to get into the locker room?
Let him carry the shoulder guards.
Can I, Biff? Because I promised everybody that I was going to be in the locker room.
In Ebbets Field, it's the clubhouse.
I
for
meant
Mark.
the clubhouse.
Let him carry the shoulder guard.
Hey, everybody. Wave when Biff comes out on the field. You all set now, boy?
Ready, Pop. Every muscle is ready.
You realize what this means?
That's right,
You're
Pop.
coming home this afternoon, captain of the All-Scholastic Championship team of the city of New York.
Hey, I got it, Pop. And you remember, pal, when I take off my helmet, that touchdown is for you.
All right, let's go. Hey, I got no room for you, Charlie.
Room for what?
In the car.
Oh, you're going for a ride. I wanted to shoot some casino.
Casino. Do you realize what today is?
Oh, he knows, Bill. He's just kidding you.
That's nothing to kid about.
No, Linda, what's going on?
He's playing at Ebbets Field.
Baseball. In this weather.
Don't talk to him. Come on,
Hey,
everybody.
you knock a homer, Biff. Knock a homer.
That's very funny, Charlie. This is the greatest day of his life.
Willie, when are you going to grow up?
When this game is over today, you will be laughing out of the other side of your face. They'll be calling him another Red Grange, $25,000 a year.
Ooh, who's Red Grange?
Put up your fist, goddamn you. Put up your fist. Who the hell do you think you are? Better than everyone else? You don't know everything, you big ignorant. Put up your fist. Huh? What are you walking away for? You got something to say? Say it to my face. I knew you'd laugh at me behind my back. You will be laughing out of the other side of your goddamn face after this game today. Touchdown! Touchdown! 80,000 people! Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
Say, Bernard, would you go out in the hall
What
and...
is that noise? Who is it?
Mr. Lohman. He just got off the elevator.
Who's he arguing with?
Nobody. There's nobody with him. I can't deal with him anymore, and your father gets all upset every time he comes. I've got a lot of typing to do, and your father's waiting to sign it. Will you see him?
Hey, good to see you. How are you? Working or still honest?
Fine.
Hello, Uncle Willie.
Ah, Bernard. What do you know?
Good to see you.
What are you doing here?
Oh, just stopped by to see Pop. Get off my feet till the train leaves.
Good to see you.
Yes, he's in his office with his accountant. Sit down.
Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
Just heading up to Washington for a case, Willie.
Oh, you gonna play tennis there?
Oh, I'm staying with a friend who's got a court.
Don't say. Their own tennis court. They must be fine people.
Yes, they are. Very nice. Dad tells me Biff's in town.
Oh yeah, Biff's in. He's working on a very big deal, Bernard.
Oh, well, what's Biff doing?
Oh, he's been doing very big things out west, but he's decided to establish himself here. Did I hear that your wife had a boy?
That's right, our second.
2 boys. What do you know?
So, what kind of deal has Biff got?
Oh, Bill Oliver, a big sporting goods man, called him in from the west. Long distance, carte blanche, special deliveries. Your friends have their own private tennis court now.
You still with the old firm, Willie?
I'm overjoyed to see how you made the grade, Bernard. Overjoyed. It's a very encouraging thing to see a young man really looks very good for Biff. Very. Bernard,
What is it, Willie?
what's the secret?
What secret?
Why didn't he ever catch on?
I wouldn't know that, Willie.
You were his friend, his boyhood friend. There's something I've never understood about it. His life ended after that Ebbetsfield game. From the age of 17, nothing good ever happened to him.
He never trained himself for anything.
Well, he did. He did. After high school, he took so many correspondence courses, radio, mechanics, television, God knows what, and never made the slightest mark.
Willie, do you want to talk candidly?
I regard you as a very brilliant man, Bernard. I value your advice.
The hell with the advice, Willie. I couldn't advise you. There is just one thing I've always wanted to ask you. When Biff was supposed to graduate and the math teacher flunked him,
Son of a bitch ruined
No, all
his
he
life.
had to do was go to summer school and make up that subject.
That's right. That's right.
Did you tell him not to go to summer school?
Me. I ordered him to go.
Then why wouldn't he go?
Why? Why? That question has been haunting me like a ghost for 15 years. He flunked the subject and laid down and died like a hammerhead. Bernard, was it my fault? It keeps going around in my head that I did something to him. I've got nothing to give him. Why did he lay down? What was the story there? You were his friend.
Willie, I remember it was June and our grades came out and he flunked math.
That son of a bitch.
No, Biff was ready to enroll in summer school.
He was.
He wasn't beaten by it at all. Then Willie disappeared from the block for almost a month, and I got the idea. Did he go up to New England to see you? Willie?
Yeah, he came up to Boston. What about it?
Oh, it's just when he came back, I'll never forget this. It always mystifies me. Because I thought so well of Biff. Even though he'd always taken advantage of me, I loved him. And he came back after that month and took his sneakers. Remember those sneakers with the University of Virginia printed on them? He was so proud of those. Wore them every day. And he took them down in the cellar and burned them up in the furnace. We had a fist fight. It lasted at least half an hour. Just the two of us punching each other down in the cellar and crying right through it. I've often thought of how strange it was that I knew right then that he'd given up his life. What happened in Boston, Willie? Now, I only bring it up because you asked.
Nothing. What does that mean? What happened? What's that got to do with anything?
No, don't get sore. I'm not.
What are you trying to do? Blame it on me? If a boy lays down, is that my fault?
Well,
Don't talk to me that way. What does that mean? What happened?
Hey, you're gonna miss that train.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh, thanks, Pop. Goodbye, Willie. Don't worry about it. At first you don't succeed.
Yes, I believe in that.
But sometimes, Willie, it's better for a man to just walk away.
Walk away.
That's right.
If you can't, walk away.
Yes, that's when it's tough. Goodbye, Willie.
Goodbye.
Hey, how do you like this kid? He's gonna argue a case in front of the Supreme Court.
Pop,
The Supreme Court.
I gotta run. Bye, Dad.
You're not him dead, Bernard.
The Supreme Court. He never even mentioned it.
No, they don't have to. He's gonna do it.
And you never told him what to do, did you? You never took any interest in it.
My salvation is that I never took any interest in anything. There's some money. $50. I have an accountant.
Charlie, I have my insurance to pay. If you could manage it, I need 110. I would draw it from my account, but Linda would know.
Sit down, Willie.
I'm keeping accounts of
Willie.
everything. I'll pay every penny back.
Now listen to me, Willie.
I want you to know that I appreciate it.
Willie! What are you doing? What the hell is going on in your head? I've offered you a job. You can make $50 a week. I won't send you on the road.
I've got a job.
Without pay? What kind of a job is a job without pay? Now look, kid. Enough is enough. I'm not a genius, but I know when I'm being insulted.
Insulted?
Well, why don't you want to work for
What's
me?
the matter with you? I've got a job.
Well, what are you walking in here every
You
day
don't
for?
want me to walk in here?
I am offering you a job.
I don't want your goddamn
Oh,
job.
where the hell are you gonna go up?
You big ignoramus, if you say that to me again, I'll wrap you one!
How much you need, Willie?
I'm strapped, Charlie. I'm strapped. I was just fired.
Howard fired you?
That snot-nose, can you imagine? I named him Howard.
Willie, when are you gonna realize it? You named him Howard, but you can't sell that. You know, the only thing you got in this world is what you can sell. Funny thing is, you're a salesman and you don't know that.
I've always tried to think otherwise. I've always felt that if a man were impressive and well-liked...
Why must everybody like you? Who liked J.P. Morgan? Was he impressive? You know, in a Turkish bath, he looked like a butcher. With his pockets on, he was very well-liked. Oh, look, Willie, I know you don't like me. Nobody can say I'm in love with you. Hey, I'll give you a job because, just for the hell of it, put it that way. What do you say?
I can't work for you, Charlie.
Oh, what are you, jealous of
I
me?
just can't work for you. Don't ask me why.
You've been jealous of me all your life, you damn fool. There. Pay your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts.
I got some things to do. Take care of yourself. Pay your insurance.
It's funny, you know. After all the highways and the trains, and the appointments and the years, you end up worth more dead than alive.
Willie, nobody's with nothing dead. Did you hear what I said? Willie.
Apologize to Bernard for me when you see him. I didn't mean to argue with him. He's a fine boy. They're all fine boys. They'll end up big. Oh, they'll play tennis together. Wish me luck, Charlie. He saw Bill Oliver today. Good luck. Charlie. You're the only friend I got. Isn't that a remarkable thing?
Jesus.
Don't worry, Mr. Loman, we can take care of it ourselves.
Ah, this is better.
Oh, sure, in the front there, you're in the middle of all kinds of noise. If you ever have a party, Mr. Loman, you let me know, and I'll sit you right back here. You know, some people when they go out, they don't like it private. Because when they go out, they want to be in the middle of all kind of action because they're sick and tired of being at home all by their lonesome. But I know you. You ain't from Hackensack, you know what I mean?
So how's it coming, Stanley?
That's a dog's life. I was during the war, they were taking me in the army. I could have been dead by now.
Hey, my brother's back, you know.
Oh, he's back, eh? From the far west?
Yeah, big cattleman, my brother, so treat him right. And my father's coming too.
Oh, your father too?
Yeah. You got a couple of nice lobsters on you?
100% big.
I want them with the claws.
Oh, don't worry. I don't give you no mice. How about some wine? It'll put a head on the meal.
Nah. Hey, you remember that recipe I brought you from overseas with the champagne in it?
Sure. I got tacked up in the back. It'll cost you $1 a piece.
That's all right.
Did you hit a number or something?
No. It's a little celebration. My brother is, well, I think he made a big deal today, and we may go into business with each other.
It's great. Because a family business, it's the best.
That's what I think.
Because, I mean, what's the difference? Somebody steals, it's in the family, you know what I mean? What?
You notice I wasn't looking left or right, was I?
No.
And my eyes are closed?
Yeah, so?
Strudel's coming.
Nah, there is no one that is Okay, how do you tell?
I've got radar or something. Oh, Stanley.
I think that's for you, Mr. Loman.
My God.
You have got the life, Mr. Loman.
Wait on it.
Would you like to see a menu, ma'am?
I'm expecting someone, but I'd like a table for...
Why don't you bring her... Oh, excuse me, miss. I happen to sell champagne, and I would love for you to try my brand. Why don't you get her the champagne, Stanley?
That's awfully kind of you.
Don't mention it. It's all company money.
It's a charming product to be selling, isn't it?
Well, it gets to be like everything else. Selling is selling.
I suppose.
You don't happen to sell, do you?
No, I don't sell.
Would you object to a compliment from a stranger? You ought to be on a magazine cover.
I have been.
See, what did I tell you, Stanley? She's a cover girl.
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You know what they say in France, don't you? Champagne is a drink of the complexion.
Oh.
Hey, Biff!
Oh, kid, sorry, wait.
I just got here. Miss...
Foresight.
Miss Forsyth. This is my brother. His name is Biff. You might have heard of him. Great football player.
Really, what team?
Are you familiar with football?
No, I'm afraid not.
Biff is the quarterback for the New York Giants.
Really, how nice. I'm happy to meet you.
That's my name. Hap. It's really Harold, but at West Point, they call me Happy.
Oh, I see. How do you do?
Dad, come.
You want him?
Oh, no, I can never make that.
I remember the time that idea would never come into your head. Where is the old confidence?
I just saw all of it.
Wait a minute, wait. I want to see that old confidence again, okay? Do you want her? She is on call.
No.
Watch this. Honey, are you busy?
Well, I am, but I can make a phone call.
Do that, will you? And see if you can bring a friend. We'll be here for a while. Biff is one of the greatest football players in the country.
I'm certainly happy to meet you.
Come back soon.
I'll try.
Oh, don't try, honey. Try hard. Isn't that a shame? A beautiful girl like that? See, that is exactly why I can't get married. Oh, there is not a good woman in 1,000.
Look,
I told you she was on call.
Out. I want to say something to you.
Did you see Oliver?
Oh, all right. Now look, I want to tell Dad a couple of things and then he did help me.
Is he going to back you?
Are you crazy? You are out of your goddamn head, you know that?
Why?
I did a terrible.
What happened?
I did a terrible thing today. And the strangest day I ever went through, I'm all numb, I swear.
You mean he wouldn't see you?
I waited 6 hours for him.
What?
All
He
day,
recognized
and
you, didn't
finally,
he?
he comes out. He didn't remember who I was or anything. I felt like such an idiot.
Did you tell him my Florida idea?
He walked away. I saw him for 1 minute. How the hell did I ever get the idea that I was a salesman then? I even believed it myself that I'd been a salesman for him. And he gave me one look. And I realized we'd been talking in a dream for the last 15 years. I was a shipping clerk.
What did you do?
Well, he left. See, and the secretary goes out, and there I am. All alone in the waiting room, and I was so mad I could have torn the walls down. You know, I don't know what came over me. The next thing I know, I'm in his office. And the walls and everything, and I can't explain how. I took his fountain pen.
Jeez, did he catch you?
No, I ran out. I ran out all over the place. I ran like a running.
What did you do?
I don't know. I just wanted to take something. I don't know. You gotta help me. I gotta tell Pop.
You're crazy. What for?
He's gotta understand. I am not the man somebody lends this kind of money to. He thinks I've been spiting him all these years.
Hey, that's
and
just
eating him up.
it. You tell him something nice.
I can't.
Say you got a lunch date with Oliver tomorrow.
So what do I do tomorrow?
You leave the house tomorrow and come back at night and say Oliver is thinking it over. He thinks it over for a couple of weeks and gradually it fades away and no one's
that will go on forever.
Dad is never so happy as when he's looking forward to something.
No.
What you? Hello, Scout.
Yeah, I've been here in years.
Hey, Stanley.
Hey, sit down, Pop. You want a drink?
Don't mind if I do.
Let's get a load on.
You look worried.
No. Hey, scotch is all around. Make them doubles, huh?
Doubles? Right.
You had a couple already, didn't you?
Yeah, just a couple.
Well, what happened?
Oh, pal, I had an experience today.
Terrific, Pop.
That's so. What happened?
Well, I'm going to tell you everything that happened from first to last. It's been a strange day. I had to wait quite a while for him.
Oh.
Yeah. All day as a matter of cold, hard fact. A lot of instances, facts about my life came back to me. Who was it, Pop? Who had said that I was a salesman for Bill Oliver?
Well, you were.
No. Yeah, that was a shit.
Well, you were practically.
I don't know who said it first, but I was never a salesman for Bill Oliver.
What are you talking about?
Let's hold on to facts tonight, Pop. We're not going to get anywhere bulling around. I was a shipping clerk.
All right, now you listen
Why
to
don't
me.
you let me
I am not
finish?
interested in any stories about the past or any crap of that kind, because the woods are burning, boys. You understand? There's a big blaze going on all around. I was fired today. I was fired. And I'm just looking for a little good news to tell your mother, because the woman has waited and the woman has suffered. And the gist of it is that I don't have a story left in my head. So don't give me a lecture about facts and aspects I'm not interested in. Now, did you see Oliver? You didn't go up there, did you?
Sure, he went up there.
Well, what kind of a welcome did he give you? I'm out! So tell me, he gave you a warm welcome?
Sure, Pop.
I was wondering if he'd remember you. That man doesn't see him 10, 12 years, gives him that kind of a welcome.
Damn right.
You know why he remembered you, don't you? It's because you impressed him in those days.
Get this down to the facts.
All right, well, tell me what happened. Did he take you into his office, or did he talk to you in the waiting room?
He came in.
Yeah, what did he do? Bitch, he threw his arm around you. He's a fine man, you know, very hard man to see.
Oh, I know.
Is that where you had the drinks?
Yeah, he gave me a cup. No.
He told him my Florida.
Don't interrupt him. How did he react to the
Dad, would
floor
you give me a
idea?
minute to explain?
I have been waiting for you to explain since I sat down here. Now what happened? He took you into his office and what?
I talked, and he listened.
Famous for the way he listens, you know. What was his answer?
His answer? What? Pop, you're not letting me tell you what I want to
You
tell you.
didn't see him, did you?
I did see him.
What, did you
And
insult him or something? You insulted him, didn't you?
Will you just let me out?
Will you tell me what happened?
I can't talk to him.
Mrs. Loman? Mrs. Loman?
Shut up and leave me alone.
No, get on the flunk, man.
Well, what, man? What
Yes,
are you talking about?
yes,
Hey, take it easy.
Get the flunk, you'd have been set by
No,
now.
look. I'm going to tell you what happened. You're going to listen to me. I had to wait 6 hours for him. All day I kept saying my name and he wouldn't see me. So finally,
He flunked me math.
No.
Birnbaum flunked him. They're not going to graduate
They
him.
have to. He's got to go to the university. Where is he now?
No, he left. He went to Grand Central.
He went to Boston?
Is Uncle Willie in Boston?
You see, I'm locked up with Oliver. You understand? Are you listening to me?
Sure, if you hadn't have flunked.
What are you talking about?
What pen?
Awful dumb, Biff. A pen like that
You
is
took
worth about.
Oliver's pen? You
I
Bill Oliver's
didn't
pen?
exactly say it. That's just what I've been explaining to you.
He had it in his hand, and just then, Oliver walked in. He got nervous and
My
stuck it in
God,
the
Biff!
Did you do it, Bob?
Charms, good evening.
I'm not in my room.
Bringing Mr. Loman for
Stop
you.
it!
Hey,
Stop it!
I'll make it. Sit down.
No, you're no good. You're no good.
I'll find something else. Hey, don't worry about anything. They'll talk to me.
Mr. Loman does not answer. Shall
No,
I take you?
Oh, stop! No! No! Listen. Hey. Listen, I'm telling you something good. Oliver talked to his partner about the Florida. You listening? He talked to his partner. He came to me. You see, I'm going to be all right, Pop. Dad, listen, it's just a question of the amount.
Then you got it.
He's gonna be terrific,
You
Bob.
got it.
No, look. I'm supposed to have lunch with him tomorrow, and I'm just telling you this so that you know that I can still make an impression, and I'll find something else, but I can't go tomorrow.
Why not?
What?
You give it to him. You tell him it was an oversight.
I can't say that. No. Listen, I took all those years ago. And now I walked in with this fountain pen that clinches it. You see, I can't face him like that. I'll try elsewhere. Hey, Mr. Loman! Gonna be in I go back. You don't want to be in for me to walk in there after what I've done to him, and team of horses gonna drag me back to Bill Oliver.
Why did you go?
Why did I go? Look at you! Look at
You are going to go to that lunch.
I can't go. I've got no
Hey,
point.
you're
Explain me.
love.
I'm taking that.
You're right, a little loose.
I'm explaining me. Can't you see what I am?
Hey!
You are in a restaurant. Now cut it out, both of you.
Willie, are you going to wake up?
Hello, girls. Sit down.
I guess we might as well. This is Letta.
How are you, miss? What do you drink?
Letta might not be able to stay long. I gotta get up very early tomorrow. I got jury. I'm so excited. Have you fellas ever been on jury?
No, but I've been in front of him. This is my father.
Sit down, Miss Pop.
Sit him down.
Hey, come on. Drink this under the table. The hell with it, huh? Come on, sit down, pal.
Willie, are you going to answer the door?
You all right?
The door.
The door.
The washroom, the door. Where's the...
Hey, just go straight down that way.
Willie, are you going to get up? Get up.
I think it's wonderful you bring your daddy along with you. He isn't really your father.
Well,
Last night, you've just seen a prince walk by. A fine, troubled prince. A hard-working, unappreciated prince. A pal, you understand. A good companion, always for his boys.
That's so sweet.
well, girls, what's the program? We're wasting time. Gather around, Biff. Where would you like to go?
Why don't you do something for him?
Me?
Hey, don't you give a damn about him, Pat?
What are you talking about?
I said that you don't give a good goddamn about him. Look what I found in the cellar, for Christ's sake. How can you bear to let it go on?
Me? Oh, who runs away? Who goes off and
He doesn't mean anything to you. You can help him. I can't. If you understand what I'm talking about, he's going to kill himself. Don't you know that?
Don't I know it? Me?
Help him. Jesus, help me. Help me. Help me. I can't bear to look in his face.
Where are you going?
What's he so mad about?
Come on, girls, we'll catch up with him. Huh?
Say I don't like that temper of his.
He's just a little overstrung.
Don't answer. Don't answer.
You want to tell your father?
That's not my father. He's just some guy. Come on, we'll catch Biff and Honey. We're gonna take this town, huh? Hey, Stanley, where's the check? Stanley!
Mr. Loman? Mr. Loman!
Will you stop laughing? Will you stop?
Well, aren't you going to answer the door, honey? He'll wake the whole
I'm not
hotel.
expecting anyone.
Well, why don't you go and get yourself another drink and stop being so damn self-centered? You know you ruined me, Willie. You ruined me.
Stop.
From now on, whenever you come to the office, I'll be sure and put you right through to the buyers. You ruined me. Gee, you are self-centered. Why so sad? Why, you're the saddest self-centered soul I ever did see. Come inside, drummer boy. It's silly to be dressing in the middle of the night. Aren't you going to answer the door?
They're knocking on the wrong door. It's a mistake. There's nobody there.
It's getting on my nerves. There's somebody standing out there that's getting on my nerves.
You stay in the bathroom and don't come out. There may be a law in Massachusetts about it, so don't come out. And maybe that new room clerk, you look very mean, so don't come out. It's a mistake.
Hey, why didn't you answer?
What are you doing, you boss?
Why didn't you answer? I've been knocking for 5 minutes. I tried calling you on the
heard
phone.
you. I was in the bathroom with the door shut. Did anything happen, huh?
I let you down, Dad.
What do you mean? Biffo, what's this about? Come on, let's get you.
Dad, I flunked math.
Not for the term.
Term. I haven't got enough credits to graduate.
You mean to say Bernard would not give you the
He
answers?
did. He tried, but I only got a 61.
And they won't give you 4 points?
Birnbaum refused. Absolutely. I begged him, Pop, but he won't give me those points. You've got to talk to them before they close the school, because if he saw the kind of man that you are, and you talk to him in your way, I'm sure he'd come through for me. He'd see the class was right before practice, and I didn't go enough. Would you talk to him? Please. I'm sure he'd like it, Pop, you know, the way that you can talk.
All right, you're on. What's that right there?
Good work, Pop. I'm sure he'll change it
You
for you.
go downstairs and tell the room clerk that I'm checking out.
Yes,
you
sir.
go on now.
Oh, you see, the reason that he hates me, Pop, is that one day
He was late for class, so I got up at the blackboard and imitated him. I crossed
You-
my eyes and
you-
copied his list.
you did? The kids like it?
Oh, yeah. They nearly died. Yeah, they nearly died.
Oh, the square root of 63.
And in the middle of it, he walks in. Hey.
You hurry downstairs now.
Someone's in there.
No, it's next door.
Well, no, someone's got in your bathroom.
No, that's the next room. There's a party.
no.
So.
Can I come in? There's something in the bathtub, Willie, and the smoothie.
You better go back to your room now. They must be finished painting it by now. Painting a room, I let her take a shower here, so go back now.
But I got this dress.
No, you. This is Miss Francis. She's a buyer. They're painting. Go back, Miss Francis.
I
Go
can't
back.
go out naked in the hall.
Get out of here. Go.
Well, where are my stockings? You promised me stockings.
I have no stockings.
You had 2 boxes of size 9 shoes for me, and I want them.
Here, for God's sake. Now, will you get out of here?
You certainly got a lot of nerve, Willie. I just hope there's nobody in the hall. That's all I hope. Are you football or baseball? That's me too. Good night.
Well, we better get going. I want to get down to school first thing in the morning. You get my suits out of the closet. I'll get my police suits. What's the matter? She's a buyer. Buys for J.H. Simmons. She lives down the hall. They're painting. You don't imagine. Now look, Val, she's just a buyer. She sees merchandise in her room. They have to keep it looking just so. All right. You get my suits out of the closet. Now stop crying and do as I say. I gave you an order. Biff, I gave you an order. Is that what you do when I give you an order? How dare you cry? Now look, Biff, when you grow up, you'll understand about these things. You mustn't overemphasize a thing like this. I'll see Birnbaum first thing in the morning.
Right.
Never mind. He's going to give you those points. I will see to it.
Listen to you.
He certainly will. You need those points for the University of Virginia.
I'm not going there.
He won't change the mark. You'll make it up in summer school. Oh. She's nothing to me. I was lonely. I was just terrible.
You gave her mama stockings.
I gave you an
Don't
order.
you touch me, you liar!
You
fake!
You apologize for that,
little fake!
I gave you an order. Biff, come back here. I'll beat you. Come back here. I'll whip you. I gave you an order.
Ned. Speak it up, Mr. Logan. Your boys left. They said they'll see it home.
We were supposed to have dinner together.
Can you make it?
Sure, I can make it. Do I look all right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're covered.
Here's $1.
Oh, no, it's okay.
No,
really, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Here's some more.
I don't need
You keep it. I don't need it anymore. Tell me, is there a seed store in the neighborhood?
Seeds? Oh, like a plant.
Carrots, peas.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a hardware store on 6th Avenue, but it's probably closed by now.
Well, I better hurry. I have to get some seeds. I have to get some seeds right away. There's nothing planted. I don't have a thing in the ground.
Well, what are you looking at?
Hey, what are you doing up? Where's Pa? Is he sleeping?
Where were you?
We met 2 girls, Mom. Very fine types. Here, we brought you some flowers. What did you do that for? Mom, I want you to have some flowers.
Don't you care whether he lives or dies?
Come upstairs, Ben. Leave me alone. What do you mean, lives or dies? Nobody's dying around here, pal.
Get out of my sight. Get out of here!
Where's the boss?
You're not going near
You
him.
gotta talk to the boss. Where is he?
You invite him for dinner. He looks forward to it all day, and then you desert him there? There's no stranger you do that to.
Look, when I desert him, I hope I don't outlive the day.
Get out of here.
Mom, I'm trying to...
Did you have to go to women tonight? You and your lousy, rotten whores.
Mom, all we did was follow Biff around, trying to cheer him up. Boy, what a night you gave me.
Get out of here, both of you. Don't come back. I don't want you tormenting him anymore. Go on now, get your things together and sleep in his apartment. And pick this stuff. I'm not your mate anymore. Pick it up, you bum you. You're a pair of animals. Not one, not another of you soul would have the cruelty to walk out on that man in a restaurant.
Is that what he said?
He didn't have to say anything. He was so humiliated he nearly limped when he came in.
But Mom, he had a great time with us.
Shut up!
You didn't even go in to see if he was all right.
No, I didn't. I didn't like that. I didn't do a damn thing. I just left him battling in a toilet.
You lush.
All right. Now you hit it right on the nose. Let's go to you're looking at him.
Get out of here.
I gotta see the boss.
You're not going to
see
get out of this house!
No, we're gonna have an abrupt conversation.
You're not talking to him. Will you please leave him alone?
What is
empty the garden.
Now? Oh my God. Carrots. 1/4 inch apart. Rows. 1 foot rows. Beets. Onions. 1 foot. What a proposition. Terrific. Terrific because she suffered that. The woman has suffered and a man can't go out the way he came in. Man's got to add up to something. You can't. You can't. Don't be so quick to answer. Remember, it's a guaranteed $20,000 proposition. Now, Ben, I want you to go through the ins and outs of this thing with me because I got no one to talk to, and the woman has suffered, you understand?
What's the proposition?
It's $20,000 on the barrelhead, guaranteed, guilty edged.
You don't want to make a fool of yourself. They might not honor the promise.
How could they dare refuse? Didn't I work like a dog to meet every premium on the nose, and now they don't pay off? Impossible.
It's called a cowardly thing, William.
Why? Does it take more guts to stand here the rest of my life ringing up a zero?
That's a point, William. And 20,000. That's something one can feel in the hand. It is there.
That's the beauty of it, man. I can see it. Like a diamond shining in the dark. Hard and rough that I can pick up and touch in my hand. Not like an appointment. This will not be another damn full appointment. And it changes all the aspects. Because he thinks I'm nothing, you see. And so he spites me. But that funeral, Ben, that funeral will be massive. It will come from Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, all old timers with the strange license plates. That boy will be thunderstruck because he never realized I am known. Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, I am known, and he will see it. He will see it with his own eyes. He'll see what I am once and for all. He's in for a shock, boy.
He'll call you a coward, William.
No.
Yes, and a damn
No,
fool.
he wasn't. I won't have it.
He'll hate you, William.
Oh. How do we get back to all the great times? Is to be so full of light and comradeship and sleigh riding in winter, the ruddiness on his cheeks, and always some kind of good news coming up, always something good coming up ahead, and never even let me carry the valises in the house and simonizing that little red car. Why can't I give him something and not have him hate me?
Let me think about it. I still have a little time. Remarkable proposition. But you've got to be sure you're not making a fool of yourself.
What the hell is that seed? Can't see nothing out here. Boxed in the whole goddamn neighborhood.
Saying goodbye to you, Pop. Leaving, I'm not coming back anymore.
You aren't going to see Oliver tomorrow.
I've got no appointment.
Put his arm around
Get this, Pop, will ya? Every time I've left, it's been a fight that sent me out of here. And today I realized something about myself, and I tried to explain it to you, and I think I'm just not smart enough to make any sense out of it for you. To hell with whose fault it is, or anything like that. Let's just wrap it up. Come on inside and we'll tell Mom.
No, I don't want to see
Come
you.
on.
No, I don't want to see you.
Why don't you want to see her?
Let me
Why
alone.
don't you want to see her? Hey, you don't want them calling you yellow, do you? It's not you, it's me. I'm a bum. Now come inside.
Did you plant it?
All right, we had it out. I'm leaving and I'm not coming back anymore.
I think that's the best way, because there's no use drawing it out, you'll just never get along.
People ask where I am, what I'm doing, you don't know, and you don't care. That way it can be off your mind and you can start brightening up again, huh? All right? That clears it, doesn't it? Wish me luck, Scout. What do you say?
Shake his hand, Willie.
There's no necessity to mention the pen
I've
at all.
got no.
He put his arm around.
What's the use in arguing? You are never going to see what I am. If I strike oil, I'll send you a check. Anytime I forget I'm alive.
Spike, see,
Shaking hands.
not my hand.
I was hoping not to go this way.
Well, this is the way you're going. Goodbye. May you rot in hell if you leave this house!
What is it that you want?
I want you to know, on the train, in the mountains, in the valleys, wherever you go, that you cut down your life for spite!
No!
Spite! Spite is the word of your undoing, and when you're down and out, remember what did it. When you are rotting somewhere beside the railroad tracks, you remember, and don't you dare blame it on me! I am not taking the rap for this! You hear me?
All
You
right.
are putting a knife in me! Don't think I don't know what you're doing!
Let's lay it on the line then. No, don't you touch it. Give it down. Crazy?
What is that?
You know goddamn well what that is.
I never saw that.
You saw it. What's this supposed to make a hero out of you? Is this supposed to make me sorry for her? Oh, there'll be no pity for you. You hear me? No pity. No. You're gonna hear the truth. What you are and what I am.
Spike! You cut it out now!
You know who we are, but the man is gonna know. We never told the truth for 10 minutes in this house.
We always
And now-
told the truth.
Oh, you big blow. Are you the assistant buyer? Dude, you're one of the two assistants to the assistant
I'm
officer.
practically the
You're
assistant.
practically full of it. No, we all are. And I'm through with it. Now, hear this, Willie. This is me.
I knew you.
You know why I had no address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. Stop crying. I'm through with it.
I suppose that is my
I
fault.
stole myself out of every good job since high
And
school.
whose
I
fault
never
is
got
that?
anywhere because you blew me so full of hot air that I could never stand taking words from anybody. That's whose fault it is.
I hear that.
And it's goddamn time you heard that. I had to be boss big shot in 2 weeks and I'm...
Then hang yourself! For spite, hang yourself!
Nobody's hanging himself, Willie. I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today, and suddenly I stopped. You hear me? I stopped in the middle of that office building, and I saw you. Hear this? I stopped in the middle of that office building, and I saw the sky. I saw the things that I love in this world, the work and the food and the time to just sit and smoke. And I looked at this pen, and I said to myself, what am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be? What am I doing in an office, making a contemptuous, begging fool of myself, when all I want is waiting for me out there the minute I say I know who I am? Why can't I say that, Willie?
The door of your life is wide open!
I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you!
I am not a dime a dozen! I am Willie Loman, and you are Biff Loman!
I am $1 an hour! I tried 7 states and I couldn't raise it $1 an hour! Do you get my meaning? I am not a leader of men, Willie, neither are you! You were never anything but a hard-working drummer who landed in the ash can like all the rest of them! I am not bringing home any prizes anymore, and you're gonna stop waiting for me to
You think so? Spike
No, Pop, I am nothing! I am nothing, Pop! Can't you understand that? There's no spite in it anymore. It's just what I am. That's all. dream and burn it before something happens.
I'll go in the morning. Put him to bed.
Isn't that remarkable? Biff, he likes me.
He loves you, Billy.
Always did, Pop.
He cried. He cried to me. That boy is going to be magnificent.
Yes, outstanding with 20,000 behind him.
Now, Willie, come to bed. It's all settled now.
Yes, sleep. Get happy.
And it does take a great kind of man to crack the jungle.
I'm getting married, Pop. Don't you forget it. I'm changing everything. I'm going to run that store before the year is up. You'll see, Mom.
The jungle is dark, but full of diamonds, William.
Be good. Going up, dear.
Good night, Pop.
Come, dear.
One must go in to fetch a diamond out.
I just want to get settled down. I just want to sit alone for a
I want you to go to bed.
few minutes. Go on, you look awfully tired.
Not like an appointment at all. The diamond is rough and hard to the touch.
Go on, I'll be right up.
I think this is the only way, but
Sure. It's the best thing.
Best thing.
Everything's going to be. You go on. You look so tired.
come right up.
2 minutes. Loves me. Always loved me. Isn't that a remarkable thing? Oh, Ben, he'll worship me for it.
It's dark there, but full of diamonds.
Can you imagine that magnificence with $20,000 in his pocket?
Really? Come on.
Yeah, coming. It's very smart, sweetheart. You realize that, don't you? Even Ben sees it. Goodbye. Can you imagine when mail comes, he'll be ahead of Bernard again?
A perfect proposition all around.
Did you see how he cried? Oh, Ben, if I could only kiss him.
Time, William, time.
I always knew that one way or another we would make it, Biff and I.
Boat. We'll be late.
Now, when you kick off, I want a 70-yard boot and get down the field right away under the ball. And when you hit low and hit hard because it's important. There are all kinds of important people in the stands. And the first thing you know, Ben, where do I? Ben, how do I?
Willie? You coming up? Willie? Willie, answer me.
say they're going to be closing the gate soon.
He had no right to do that. There was no necessity for it. We would have helped him.
Good. Come on. Come on.
Why didn't anybody come?
It was a very nice funeral.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
I can't understand it. This time especially. First time in 35 years we were just about free and clear. He only needed a little salary.
No man only needs a little salary.
I can't understand it.
There were a lot of nice days, though. When he'd come home from a trip or on Sundays, making the stew, finishing the cellar, put on the new porch. We built the new bathroom and put up the garage. I tell you, Charlie, there's more of him in that front stoop than in all the sales he ever made.
Yeah, he was a happy man with a badge of some men.
He was so wonderful with his hands.
He had all the wrong dreams. All wrong.
Don't say that.
The man never knew who he was.
That's an insult.
Nobody dares blame this man. You don't understand. Willie was a salesman. Well, for a salesman, there is no rock bottom to the life. You know, he don't put a bolt to a nut, he don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man way out there in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe shine. When they start to not smile back, oh boy, that's an earthquake. You get yourself a couple of spots on your head and you're finished. Nobody dares blame this man. The salesman's got to dream, boy. It comes with the territory.
Charlie. The man never knew who he was. What do you say, Abby? Why don't you come out west with me?
I'm not licked that easily. I'm gonna stay right in this city and I'm gonna beat this racket. The Loman brothers.
Hey, kid. I know who I am.
Alright, boy. I am going to show you and everybody that Willie Loman did not die in vain. He had a good dream. It is the only dream you can have. To come out #1 man. He fought it out here and I am going to win it for him.
Come on, Mom.
I'll be with you in a minute. Go on, Charlie. I want to. Just a minute. I never had a chance to say goodbye. Forgive me, dear. I can't cry. I don't understand it. I can't cry. It seems to me you're just on another trip. I keep expecting you. Willie, dear, why did you do it? I search and I can't understand it, Willie. I made the last payment on the house today. Today, dear. There'll be nobody home. We're free and clear. We're free.